Welcome to another episode of I Read Old Blog Posts and Figure Out What Difference is Between My Life Back Then and Now. In this episode, I am reading a new blog post, and this blog post is the first day of a new school year. So, apparently this post is the post after Labor Day. I don't know how it's after Labor Day when I had a post previous that wasn't. Unless I'm doing something out of order, I have no clue what's going on. Let's get into it and just see how things are. And also, my shirt is all over the place. And let's see how things are. So, in this one here, it is the first day of a new school year, published September 4th, 2012. And here's a little illustration view of it. This is just in the reading view of the iPad. And here we go. As most of you know, today is the day after Labor Day, the day that for most kids a new school year starts, the day where kids fresh out of preschool join the grade school crowd. For most places, kids ages 5 through 18, elementary school usually grades kindergarten to 5. Man, I still cannot read after multiple days. Then middle school from 6 through 8, then finishing off with high school at grades 9 through 12. Now, right there is the first paragraph right there. This is usually how it is in the US here where I live, especially in Virginia. That's how they kind of break down in my county, like how everything is. So there we go. As for upcoming kindergarten students, parents around neighborhoods crying in awe as their kids take their first steps from kid to regular adult. Cameras and videos are taken from the moment the kids step foot outside the house door. And for those that get driven, parents holding their child's hand all the way till he or she sets foot in the classroom door where the teacher takes over. I remember when I was first starting elementary school, the year was 1998. I was only 5 years old, but me skipping preschool, I didn't know what to expect out of a public setting. It was a very new experience to me, or for me. I remember walking from the entrance as I got off my school bus. It was as if a door with the light illuminating so bright that it could blind all who looked through it. As I took a deep breath, my nerves made my skin feel like crocodile skin. My heart was racing, and then I walked in. So here's an illustration of, let me see if I can get it. Zoom in, please. Nope, don't want to zoom in. Well, here's an illustration of that door right there that I'm talking about. And then I'm trying to see, and here's an illustration of when you're holding your parents' hand when you're first going to school. And let me go back to that view. When I took my first deep breath, I noticed a new scent. A scent that was far different from my house or anywhere, if that. I immediately knew that this was a scent that I would have to get used to for the next 6 years of my life. Then after finally finding my way to my classroom, I looked around seeing new faces and seeing one face in particular. That face I would be paying attention. I'd be paying most attention for the rest of the school year, my teacher. I also remember the kinds of activities we would partake. Recess, which is like the greatest thing in the world in elementary school. Lego, which at the time in our elementary school, in Springwoods, it was what it was called. We had Legos, and in fact, I have Lego over there. I have like Bionicle and stuff like that over there, and I have like Lego stuff that I built over a decade ago, above me over there. We have recess, Lego, pin the date on the calendar, show and tell, and now my favorite, nap time. Unfortunately, at that age, I wanted to stay awake and play rather than nap. We also did hand painting, putting your hand into paint and then onto paper, random collages, and lots more. Now that I look back, I wish sometimes that I could take a time machine and go back in time to those days where my life revolved around just having fun and making messes that other older people would have to clean because I was just a kid. I know that sounds bad, but I'm sure we've all had those thoughts. Kindergarten was fun, but now it's the next chapter of my life, adulthood. So that was a good reflection. That was actually one of the cleanest posts that I've done in a very, very, very long time. everyone, I'm sure we all have those kind of memories back then where we are like reminiscing of the past, reminiscing of back when we were in kindergarten and where you didn't really have responsibilities. You just kind of did whatever and complained, and then you somehow sometimes got your way, or you just enjoyed life and tried to, you were at that age group, you were trying to just make friends and make connections for the future. So yeah, this video is definitely one of the better ones that I feel like I've uploaded, is because this more relates to everything, and it doesn't have anything to do with like mental health or anything like that. They're gonna get deeper later on, I think, as we get to another year. I think 2013 is where it gets deeper. But this period, this blog post period right here, what was the blog post called? It was called, if this thing won't freeze on me, there we go. It's okay. The first day of a new school year is what it was called. So it's just looking back at a new school year. I think that day was literally the first day of people going to back to school. It was that first day of school that I wrote it on. But since it was 2012, it was approximately 1 year after I graduated. Not exactly 1 year, but 1 year after I had finished school, finished high school, and another school year was beginning. So I was no longer in grade school anymore. I was now in college. So that's probably why I wrote it. And yeah, it's definitely a good thing looking back at, you know, just how things have changed. I don't even think they have recess anymore. They might have taken it away and then brought it back, but I think at some point, I think they had stopped doing it, or they didn't want to do it anymore. They wanted to spend more time with the kids so they can learn, rather than give them a break to actually relax. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I posted also yesterday, because as of recording this is the same day. I posted as of yesterday. I posted the podcast that I do, The Art of Thought. I posted onto this channel, so it'd probably be in the I thing. Where is it? Right here. And yeah.